I wish as a motion designer that I knew this tip when I was starting out. And it's so simple when you know it, but it's the sort of thing that as beginners, you can take a long time to kind of like work out. And it's to do with the graph editor and using it. So as beginners, we usually end up using things like Flow or other tools to kind of dial in the keyframes easing that we want, because diving into the graph editor seems scary, right? And it's okay for a while, but like say you've got a move like this and you're like, okay, I really love the easing on this, but I want it to be slower at the end. Well, you think probably you need to dive into the graph editor, right? Or choose a different easing or pull this out, right? So let's go into the graph editor and think like I would have thought back then. And I would have tried to do something like this. I would have pulled this out and I would have, tried to pull the influence around to sort of make it kind of pull out at the end. But of course, this is affecting that. And now we've not got that tight S curve in the beginning and we're not snappy anymore, right? So what we want is that we had before. Let me just open up the graph editor. We want this really fast snap that we had, right? But we want it to then be slower at the end. So what some people do is they like have parent nulls and they put easing on the parent nulls and all this stuff. I did that for ages, and there's a really, really simple solution. All you need to do is go to the graph editor, put a keyframe here between your two easings, and then pull this last one out. And you see what's starting to happen here is that we are getting this sort of locked area at the bottom. We've still got this curve here, but because we've got this keyframe here in between, these two are now interacting with each other. So if we pull the influence out on this and then pull the influence back so we don't get any overshoot, we get kind of more what it is that we're after. So we get this tight and then this tight speed, and then this long tail at the end. This is so important for the kind of motion that a lot of us see and try and create, and it's so basic that I just wanted to share it because I still think about how long it took me to find this, and I'm still annoyed.